Bragança City Theatre. Information on the building. Participants in the recordings. Welcome to Bragança City Theatre. José Luís de Castro and Elizabeth Miranda Pimenta are the voices in these recordings. The sound was made by José Luís de Castro. The School of Education of Bragança helped us doing these recordings. Location. Bragança City Theatre is located in front of the square Cavaleiro Ferreira. On the left is the Avenue Sá Carneiro. On the right is the Bragança Shopping Centre. Behind the theatre is the Abade Vassal Secondary School. History. The first theatre in Bragança is very old. There was a comedy house in the early 19th century. It was bought by the city council. Its name was Teatro Bragantino. In 1892, it was restored and called Camões Theatre. In 1969, it was burned down by a fire. Bragança no longer had a theatre. In 1997, António Jorge Nunes created a project to change the square Cavaleiro Ferreira. It was an abandoned, ugly place. A contract was signed with the Ministry of Culture and the National Network of Theatres and Cine Theatres. The architect Filipe Oliveira Dias was responsible for the construction of the new theatre. The new theatre is very good for theatre, music and opera performances. In 2004, 4 test shows were performed. The shows were a test to see if everything worked. The official opening was on 31st January 2004. The Prime Minister, Durão Barroso, was there. Bragança Theatre works with the National Theatre Dona Maria II in Lisbon, the National Theatre of São João and the Casa da Música in Porto, and the Carlos Gulbenkian Foundation. It is also part of the national network of Portuguese theatres and cine theatres. The theatre organises many events: 27 Theatre Festival, Open Theatre Festival, Somewhere in the Northeast Contemporary Dance Festival, and Bragança Classic Fest International Festival of Classical Music. On 31st January 2024, the theatre will celebrate its 20th anniversary. Theatre Plan. The Bragança Theatre is a rectangular building. Looking at the theatre, it looks like a television. The glass part is a television screen. Around it, there is a granite frame. It looks like the box of the old television sets. Behind the glass, we have a large space where people wait for the shows to start. We have to climb some big stairs to get to this area. There is also a lift. This is a large space. It has marble floors and white walls and ceiling. Marble is a stone that can have many colors. It needs to be sanded to make it shiny and smooth. It's a cold stone when you run your hand over it. The room has many round lamps on the ceiling. At the entrance, there is a tile panel by Graça Moraes. It is from 2003 and has no name. Graça drew people and animals. In the middle of the panel, there is a person bent backwards. It has a harp on top. A harp is a musical instrument with strings. You play it by running your fingers along the strings. The harp are those black lines. That figure is a strange person because it has 4 arms. There are also many animals: a goat, a hen, snakes, a dog, a cat and a deer. Can you see them? Graça Moraes was born in Vieiro, a village in Vila Flor. She lived there for a long time. She loves to paint the animals and plants she saw. On the sides of the panel there are 2 counters. We can sit on the black sofas or the colourful chairs. There are televisions on the walls. There are toilets for everyone here. We have to go down the marble stairs. We have to go down the marble stairs. We have to go down the marble stairs to get to the auditorium. The auditorium is where the shows happen. There are also toilets, a cloakroom, and the ticket office. The cloakroom is where you leave your umbrellas and coats before entering the auditorium. There are 2 doors to enter. It's a very big room. Here, 400 people can sit. The stairs divide the seats into 3 parts. The middle part is much bigger. The floor around the chairs has grey carpeting. The chairs are made of light wood with red fabric. On the walls and ceiling, there are light wood panels. The stage is also very big. It has a lot of space up and down. There are red curtains that you can close during the shows. It is a beautiful and comfortable room.
Awards. The architect Filipe Oliveira Dias designed the chairs. He said he was inspired by a harp. He received many awards for these chairs. the White House in Washington ordered these chairs. The White House is like the Parliament in Portugal. Washington is a city in the United States of America. It is on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean. Homage. Homage are ways of showing our admiration for other people. Many artists and companies performed in the theatre. The theatre wanted to show that it admired these people. So the theatre made plaques with their names and hung them on the wall. There are plaques for Eunice Muñoz, the actors António Feio and José Pedro Gomes, Teatro da Garagem, the musicians Jorge Palma and Paulo de Carvalho, the actor Rui de Carvalho, and the musicians Sérgio Godinho and Rui Veloso. Accessible shows. The team from the Polytechnic Institute of Bragança helped the theatre shows to be more accessible. They did audio description and subtitling. Audio description is listening to the show with headphones. Blind people need to hear the audio description to know what is happening on stage. Subtitling is a written text of what people say. Deaf people need to read the subtitles. They also translated the shows into Portuguese Sign Language. Have you ever seen anyone talking with their hands? The IPB team worked on 8 shows of music, dance, and theatre. Accessible materials. The IPB team created materials for all visitors. There is a scale model of the theatre. A scale model is a miniature theatre to touch. There are tactile plans for 2 floors of the theatre. These have audio description, easy language, and Portuguese Sign Language. Audio description is listening to the show with headphones. Blind people need to hear the audio description. Easy language is written text that we all understand. Portuguese Sign Language is speaking with our hands. There are also texts in Braille and in easy language on paper. Braille is a form of writing for blind people. It is made by making holes in the paper. Isn't that interesting? Ask staff to help you use these materials. There are also accessible videos. All this is on the YouTube channel of Cultura para Todos Bragança. Visit our channel and follow us. Farewell. Thank you for your visit to Bragança City Theatre. We hope you enjoyed it. Come and visit us again. Until next time, participants. These texts were validated by Lúcia Pereira, Marco Afonso, Miguel Cifrosio, Paulo Sá. The facilitators were Cláudia Martins and Kátia Brocco. The texts were made with the support of the Academy of the Santos Mártires, Bragança, ASCUT, Socio-Cultural Association of the Disabled of Trás-os-Montes, Bragança, and FUNACERSI, National Federation of CERSI. The texts were created within the project Culture for All Bragança, NORT 074230 FSE 000058 of the Municipality of Bragança. They were made by the Polytechnic Institute of Bragança.